Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's design, we'll be doing this awesome design here. And let me just restart it for you guys to see how it looks like. So you click here, it animates quickly. And guys, here I didn't finish this animation. I was too lazy to animate here. I'm supposed to animate it in such a way that by the time this rose comes on the screen, it becomes as big and also has this add button um as the flower. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and the last screen will be me tapping on this and this animating coolly. And as you can see here, guys, it's night time over here, and I have a pad. God, why am I making so many mistakes today? And I have a very bad cold, so please pardon my voice. And I took this inspiration from Dribble, so I'll show you guys what the original design was. It's just wow. I mean, I tried my best to replicate it, but I didn't get there. But the original design, guys, see how cool it looks like. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, that's like crazy. Yeah, so this is the original design. This thing shakes at the end, and it's like I'm just like, please watch until the end and hit that like and subscribe button if you really enjoyed this video. Okay guys, so we are in our Figma file now, and for beginners, so in Figma you have like three main sections, or I'll say four main sections. You have your two sidebars here, and then you have your toolbar at the top here, and then there's big blank space is your canvas for designing. When you come into Canva, what you originally see is like there'll be a page here, like same page on. And if you want to create a new page, you just click on the new plus button like I just did, and then you create a new page. For now, I'm going to delete this page because I don't need it. And one thing you see is that this is the name of my Figma file, and it's in draft. If it's in draft, it simply means that you can it's a personal project, so you can share it to people, but then they can only view. So if you're in a team or you want to share it with someone to help you edit, you have to move it to projects. And also on the side, you can see I have my color styles. I have a blue violet color style, a pink, and then a light pink. These are the colors that I'll be using, and I also have my effect styles here. So guys, if you want me to do a full tutorial on an introduction to Figma or a crash course on Figma, just let me know in the comments and I'll do it for you guys. But for now, I'm assuming that you guys know like the general look of this, and let's just move on. So as you can see, before I had my color styles, I drew some three rectangles here and then put in the colors. This is helpful sometimes when you don't want to select the color style. Like this is just a small project. It's not like I have a design system or something. So these are just my three colors that I'll be using. And if then the rectangle here, it helps me to be able to use the selection tool, the color selection tool, to select the color I want. And as you can see, I have a little frame here with all the icons I'll be using. They are just 5. And below here, I have the images that I would also be using. So let's go. So the frame would be used for beginners. A frame is like the screen size you're designing for. Let me not say screen because sometimes it's not a screen, but then what you're designing for. So if you're designing for desktop, your frame will be a desktop frame. Today we'll be using the iPhone 11 Pro Max. So to select a frame, I'll just click F on my keyboard, or you can go to this frame selection tool and choose frame. I just like shortcuts, guys. Learn the shortcuts if you plan to do this. In the long term, you need to know the shortcuts. So I will choose my iPhone 11 Pro Max, bring it here nicely, guys, and then go now around the color and give it an edge of a rounded kind of 30. As you can see, this already looks very cool. And then I'll give it a gradient background. So to give it a fill, come to the fill section here, and then just click on this icon, change this to linear, and then at the top here I will just select my blue color, and then at the bottom here I'll just select my pink color. Oh my god, this already looks good. I love this color selection. If you are the guy who did this on Dribble and you're watching, God, you guys are damn good. Like, you guys are good. Your choice of colors and everything is just on point. I know I'm not replicating it exactly because I mean we are different designers and a bit of me is going into it, so I'm not replicating it exactly, but then you guys are really good. So I've come out of there. Now let's bring in our image. So I'm zooming out. I'm using you can use minus or plus on your keyboard to zoom out, or you can just use your mouse or your keypad to squeeze and like zoom in, zoom out here. So this image is going to go into my frame. So for beginners, when something is in your frame, most frames are set to clip content. Clip content means that anything that is larger than the frame is cut. So if I'm really enjoying this tutorial, guys, like I'm really enjoying. So far, I think this is my best video on my YouTube channel so far, because I'm just happy shooting this and showing you guys how to do this. So at the top here, we'll position these two icons here, and I'm so happy to be on camera. For this image, I want to lock it so that I can't select it or move it. So to lock it, you just click on the padlock button and it's locked. Awesome. Figma is really intuitive, and I would advise if you're a designer out there, even a graphic designer, like try using Figma. I tell you, love it. So this one thing I didn't do at the beginning, but then I think I need to show you guys that sometimes to align your things properly, Figma has its alignment tools over here, and you see me use a lot as I move on in the tutorial. But then usually having a grid helps you. A grid helps you to like just like know where to align stuff correctly, and it also helps the developers to know like all that. So I'm just putting a layout grid, and then I'll change this to columns, and I'll change this to 6 columns, and then I'll give it a margin of 30. Yeah, this is perfect, guys. So then I know that my two icons should go to the extreme. So let me zoom in a little bit and make sure this is aligned correctly. So as much as possible, just use a grid system that is in alignment. So as you can see, as and when I try to align this, Figma allows me to like shows me that I've aligned them correctly. Cool, right? So now let's move on minus, and then let's type let's put in some text. I haven't added any text style, so I'll just choose the best text style as we move on. Find your best git here. That's the original text. I don't know. But the actual text is find your best present. So guys, behind me it's raining, and I'm here doing this tutorial for you guys. I mean, I'm just so happy to be doing this right now. So I'll change. Yeah, I'm going with Inter. I'll change this to 36, and then shorten this to meet my 2 lines. Guys, it's raining, like seriously raining behind me. Oh my god. I think this looks good. I can turn off the grid, guys, so that you guys will see how to turn off the grid. I'll just let my frame here, and then grid, yeah. Then to see this how it looks so far, guys. So ooh, the water is coming here. Oh guys, if it comes too much, I'll have to stop this tutorial and continue it later. Sorry. Yeah guys, so sorry you can't see my webcam anymore because I had to run inside, and I don't want to show my face whilst inside, so that means there'll be no webcam. But then I mean, all is good. Let's move on with the tutorial. Okay guys, so now the next part is to draw our search bar. So to draw our search bar, I'll just click on R to draw my rectangle, or you can come up here for beginners and then click on rectangle. That's fine. So right now, the reason why this grid line is so important is because it's helping me to sorry, let me undo that. Control Z. Yeah, because it's helping me to align my work and know where I want to put it. So this search bar would be somewhere here. Let's bring it. I think yes, okay, but there'll be another. Okay, let's bring it all the way here. Yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah, so we'll give it a rounded corner of 30 as usual. No, not 35, and then give it a fill. So right now, because of the grid lines, you would think my box is transparent, but then it's actually not transparent. When I turn off the grid lines soon, you would see that my box is not transparent. So that's one thing you should note. So let's bring in the search icon somewhere here, and then a text that is search. We'll bring this down to 12. Let's say 12. Yeah, that's perfect. We'll change the color to gray. Yeah, also perfect. And then I would want to align this in the center, so I'll select this, select the rectangle, scroll up to the alignment tools over here, and then align vertical center, and also align horizontal center. No, I don't align horizontal center. So guys, if you want an in-depth tutorial on Figma, about all the Figma tools and like all the options you have, just let me know in the comments. I'll do that for you guys. Okay, so our search button is ready here, and I'll duplicate this box by clicking on Alt and then dragging this down, and I'll just make this smaller. Or if you don't want to duplicate that, we can do Control D, or you can just use your normal copy and paste. All is fine, guys. But for this case, I think that's what works best for me. So I'll just put this here, and yeah, it fits the box perfectly. Now let's zoom in and make sure that it's it's correctly aligned to the grid. Yeah. And one thing you can see, Figma helps you by snapping your designs to the grid, so that also helps a lot. So now let's put in our filter icon here. Um, I'm putting in the filter icon, and as you can see, this has already been aligned, but then I want to make sure it's complete well aligned with the box, which is the parent container. So I would do align centers, move vertically, horizontally, and now so far let's see how our work looks like by turning off the grid lines. Yeah, so far this is how our work is coming off after it. So let's move on to the next part. Okay guys, so to the next part where we put in some popular tags that the person can tap on. So I'll click T to write my text and turning back on my grid lines by selecting the frame and selecting the frame, yeah, and turning on the grid lines also. So hitting my T again, yeah, and putting in here popular tags. So as you can see here, my text here was 36. So for hierarchy's sake, this would be like 24 or 24, and this will be medium, and yeah, white again. So guys, I'm going to teach you some awesome feature in Figma, which is auto layout. You guys might already know it or not, but auto layout helps you to resize your elements. So for instance, the next thing I'm going to do is like a pill, or like I'll put something on the screen so you guys can see. But to do something like that, originally you would draw a rectangle around your text. After you draw your rectangle, you write your text inside. Now anytime that you want to like add more text or to change the content of that element, the text doesn't resize or the container doesn't resize, but with auto layout it resizes. So let me show you what I mean by duplicating this, and then I want to make this 14, and I'll type Christmas here. So now with this Christmas, I wanted to have a background of let's say the light version of this color. So what I'll do is go and click on Shift plus A, and automatically auto layout has been added. Now you don't see any differences, but then hold on and I'll show you what it is. So to see the difference, click on Fill, and for Fill, I want the light version of this color also. And now we can't see the text, so I'll change the text to gray or black. Let's see, gray. Yeah, this works. And there are so many more things you guys can do with auto layout, but then let me just show you guys. For now, let me make this 5, and now what you can see is that when I duplicate this out and then I want to put Valentine's Day, and now Valentine's Day is longer than the word Christmas, so as you can see, as I'm typing, it resizes automatically. So that is one awesome thing, Valentine's Day. So you guys should use auto layout as much as possible in your designs, guys. So I'll just quickly do the rest. Yeah guys, so we'll duplicate this now, and as you can see, we have two designs. So this is like your home screen. It's always important to rename your files, guys. Please do rename your files. And this is how should I call this? This is what you see when you tap on a particular thing, like let's say Christmas. So let's say choice page. That's funny. Yeah, let's go with that. So I'll just quickly delete the things that I don't need. On the choice page, I don't know this image. I don't know. And guys, when you've locked your images, if or any elements after you want to delete it, you have to come in and lock it before you can delete it. And to do so, just hit backspace to delete. And for this, I would need a white page. So I'm removing this linear fill and putting in a white fill. And as you can see, my text is gone. So I would select some sort of like bluish gray, Then I think that's best. Yeah, and let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, um, let me give this as an effect, like some, to make them stand out. Let's make the blur 20. Awesome, this sounds out so nicely. I didn't do this in the first design that I was doing. So, to reuse the same style on this element here, I would just make this drop shadow a style. So to make it a style, you click on this four square here, click on this plus, the same plus icon, and call it a main shadow. They call it main shadow. I already have an element for the main shadow, but I'm sure it will work. Okay, yeah. And then come here and then create another one and call it so now when I go to effect, I wouldn't click on the plus button. I'll click on this and then choose the effect main shadow, and it works perfectly well. That's cool. We want to put an image here, so let's go grab that image. Let me zoom out a little bit to help me. Yeah, so let's resize this to fit. And guys, you can know this is in the frame because the frame is clipping its content, so that's one way to know whether what you are putting in the frame is really in the frame. And as you can see, it's in the frame. When I turn off the frame, it disappears with it there. So that those are ways of testing that something is in a frame. Have you guys ever had this problem where you designed something and then you wanted to prototype it, and then the elements didn't show on the screen? Yeah. Sometimes one reason is because they are not in the frame. So check that, guys. Okay, so this looks good at the top here. So we have find your presence. And over here, the text should this text is not showing. So let's give it a say with that color. And then in this case we want that the only the first line should be, for instance, if you choose Christmas, only Christmas should appear and all this should be deleted. But I'm not going to delete this, guys, because we want to prototype it at the end, and to prototype it I would still need this to be in the frame but not showing on the screen. So to do that, I'm just quickly going to select all of this, and you see if I try moving it out of the screen myself, it's come out of the frame. So to move it out of to move it from the screen but for it to still be in the frame, do you guys get me? I would use my arrow keys to shift it to the corner. So this is how it looks like, guys. Let me zoom out. So you can see this is now outside. Now immediately I select my page and then I click on this button so that it doesn't click content. You can see that these three items are still in the frame, just that they are not shown. So this will help us to do the prototyping later on, guys. So now I'll click content for now and then do the same thing. And for this one, I'll move it to the right side because when we are doing the prototyping, we want this to come from the left side, sorry, and then this one from the right side. So out of the way we go. Awesome, awesome, guys. Awesome. Guys, it's funny, I'm smiling behind the camera so if you guys can see my face, even though you can't see me. So I want to change the color of our film to a slight blue to just give it a feel like a certain feeling, like like yeah, this looks good, man. It's quite loud. Yeah, I think that's okay. Yeah, awesome, guys. So now assuming the person tapped on Christmas, we want to highlight that this is what the person tapped on. So I will change this fill for Christmas to our tick blue, yeah, to show that the person selected Christmas. And I think I'll change the black to white, guys. Yeah, that's how you do it. Okay, so moving on now, we want the person has stepped on Christmas and we want to show the available Christmas gifts or the gifts that people get for Christmas, right? So I'll click on R to draw my rectangle. You guys know the drill by now. And just watch me quickly design this, guys. Let me turn on my frame to see what I'm doing. Sorry, my layout grid. It was actually quite aligned. That's nice. Right. And give it a right. Um, and let's see for effect. Let's see which one get the shadow or main shadow. I don't know. I think I just need the shadow. So this looks good. At the top here, there isn't our last icon, Control C, and come here, Control V, whatever. What did it fall like, guys? Okay, I can see it. Okay. And our Christmas gift is this globe here. Guys, when I design, make sure never to use pictures with watermarks on it. I'm the one giving the rule, so I'm breaking it, but you guys should never use images with watermarks on it. Okay, let me crop this a little bit to take out the empty space on the image. Duplicate it because we'll be using it again. Put it in here. Make it very small. Okay, awesome. Let me make it okay. That's okay. Make this a little bit longer. Maybe. And then this is my globe. And as I'm designing right now, my YouTube studio is telling me that 89% of you guys watching my videos have not subscribed to my channel. So please, what are you waiting for? Please make sure to subscribe. Since it's a prize, we want it to stand out a little bit. I think I want more spacing to this rectangle, so let's increase the tiny little bit. Okay, let's make it slow. I'm going to come to the corner. I think that's okay. Now for the button, we'll be using auto layouts again. So I'm clicking to write say my button, which is add, and I'll click Shift plus A to add my auto layout. Auto layout has been added, as you can see here, and I will add a fill to the auto layout, and this fill will be our main blue color. So now I want this button to be big. So what do I do with auto layout? You select your auto layout field and come to this section that is for auto layout manipulation. Then over here you can see padding around items. If I put 30 in here, it's going to put a padding of or a space of 30 pixels all around my elements. But then I don't want that. I just want the bigger spacing to be on the left and right side, but then smaller spacing at the top and bottom. So what I'll do is to click here, and then at the top and bottom the spacing of 10 is fine. Sorry, 10, cool. 10 here to is cool. And for this space I want it to be 60, 60, and 60. Awesome. So that's what I want. I would position this in here, and then I'll change my text color to white. So let me turn off the layout view so you guys see what we've gotten so far. Choice of page, layout view off. Guys, so this is what we've gotten so far. Cool, right? Let me select these two boxes and then align horizontal center. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I pull this up a little bit. Sorry, because this is not a frame, it's not moving with all the elements. So now what happens when I want to add a button to this here? Sorry, I want to add an icon or something. This is an auto layout auto layout frame. I can't find my icon. Okay, yeah, this my icon is white so that I can see it. So let me control exit and then bring it here. Control V. So as you can see, as I'm trying to bring this into the auto layout, you can see something like a blue icon. That's Figma trying to tell me that my icon will be added here. That's exactly what I want to. I'll let it be. And as you can see, it has increased the size of my button because Figma will maintain the ratio of the padding it gives, and this is really cool. So let's make this into 5. Or since it's a button, let's go all out and make it 30. And I think I'll reduce the padding on the sides a little. I'll make it 50, 50, 50, and 50. Awesome. Then I would make sure this is aligned to select this too, and then make sure it is aligned. Oh, what did I do? Control Z. Yeah, so it's aligned to the middle. Awesome. Let me step back a moment and see how this looks. I feel there's little space here, so I'll give it a little bit more space. We need a little bit more space here. Now let me select this again. Guys, this is the drill, make sure it's positioned to the center. Okay, so I'll select our entire item here and group it. We'll control G this to group. So control G to group. Now I'll quickly just duplicate this. To not to see what I'm doing, I'll make sure I'm not clipping content, and I will quickly just delete this. And guys, if I had made this rectangle and auto layout for me, the boss would have just automatically resized, but because I didn't do that, it's not going to resize for me, guys. So I got to do everything manually, which is the sad aspect. Let me just ungroup everything. Right click and then choose ungroup selection. Where is it? No, okay, let me select the group. Right click and choose ungroup. Awesome. Now let me delete this. Let me bring my other. Okay. Let me make it smaller. So I want to make this bust and this rectangle smaller simply because they are not the main, items. Like they are not on focus yet. So I'll make it smaller and put them here. To make sure they are full centered. Well, awesome, guys. So I'm just going to duplicate this. There. Oh, hold on. No, I don't want to group them yet. I'll just quickly duplicate. Mm. Guys, I'm sure you're wondering why am I bothering to create these extra ones here since they would be out of the frame already. But the whole point is I mean, these are the back. I want to bring to the front, so I'll just right click and bring to front, or basically just use the shortcut. The reason why we do this outflow of icons is because we want this section to be able to scroll, okay, in the prototyping menu. So yeah, I'll just do this and right click and duplicate it. So make sure everything is centered, and I'll quickly put them. Okay. Okay. Control G. Awesome. Okay, so this is what we have here. Now you can see immediately I select my frame. Sorry, I'll select my frame, but this image is blocking me. Mostly I select my frame and then I click the content. You can't see this pills here, but you can still see this. That just tells you that, oh my god, they are not in the frame, so you have to bring them in the frame, right? So let me bring this in the frame. And drag them in the frame. Now, one thing about designing scrollable sections, as much as possible, try to cut the next image into half, like so that it teases the person watching you. It teases the user that there is, or it alerts, sorry, it alerts the user that there is more, or basically there is more, so they should scroll vertically or horizontally. So to do that, I would have to move this to the edge a little bit, yeah, so that it doesn't show um, my entire image. But I'm just basically going to select all these guys. Because I want the spacing to be equal, I'll just go here and choose tidy up and then make the spacing 30. Uh, the spacing 30, but I want this to be cut in half. So how will I do that? Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna select this once here and make the spacing 40. That's quite high. Let's see. That will look good. Okay, let's clip content and see how it looks like. So as you can see, it has clipped it a little bit. Usually I'd have loved to clip it in the middle, but for design purposes, I think this design just looks okay. We are moving on to design the next page now. So this is our second page looks like. I quickly added this little circle here just because just to showcase that, so this will be scrolling. Yeah. So now let's duplicate this and let's do the third page. I always like to duplicate my pages because sometimes, it comes with the grid lines already. You see, I already have my grid lines in the duplicate. I don't have to redo all those things. So, and sometimes I reuse some of the elements. So it works really well for me. So this third page is basically going to show that someone has tapped on this icon, and someone has tapped on this product. So it's like a product page. So we can call that or details page. So this gives you like more details here, details page, and something like that. So I don't need this icon here. This will also change. I don't need the search, but basically I don't need all this. Yes, I don't need all this. Um, I'm just deleting all this. I need this icon here. So let me. So guys, you can see my file and save changes because it's currently 2:21 a.m. You guys can see the time, and it's raining. The lights are out, and I'm still moving on to do this tutorial. My battery currently has like 2 hours left. In case it goes off, we'll continue tomorrow. So just if the light comes back before then. If not, I'll just have to hotspot myself. Let me use the layout grid to make sure oh let me use the layout grid. Okay, so we just have to just a little. Yeah, that's okay. Actually, on this I don't need these items here, but I don't want to delete it because I'm looking towards the typing page. I'm like, yeah, I need it, but well, let me just, I don't know, push them out of the frame so that we can't see them for now. In case I really do need them, I can't remember whether I need them, but I think I need them. So then now let's bring in this big image here. Oh guys, it's becoming so hot. I don't know. I would have to stop the tutorials and continue it when the lights come back. Mm, okay. I have a text here that I copied, so I'll just paste it here. Control V, and I'll just paste it here. Control C. I'll just copy this button because it's basically, I mean, what we need. So I'll basically just copy this button. So for this one, I want to make it to be bigger, so I'll just add more padding around it and make this 8. Um, and this is good. Let me use the alignment tool to align it. Turn off the grid and see what we have. Guys, so this is what we have for our product details page. I know this is a little empty. Basically, it's just showing you how I do my designs. Like I'm just basically imitating, or let's say mimicking what I saw on Dribble, so you guys can see how the wonderful designs done on Dribble and Behance are done. So this is how this looks. So to the next and then the most fun part, but a little hitchy, is the prototyping. Yeah, but guys, the lights are out, so I'll have to continue this tomorrow. Hopefully this is saved and then we're able to continue this, guys.